Welcome back to another episode of the AA Sports Podcast. My name's Art, back with my brother Alex.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Last podcast I had to do by myself because of our schedules. It was our Chiefs road to the Super Bowl. Today we're actually doing the Super Bowl 55 preview. Alex, you got anything to say? What'd you think of the Chiefs road to the Super Bowl podcast?
You need me. All right. I always get capped on. Everybody always telling me that I need to get replaced on this podcast. Well, how's that?
Yeah.
How was it? It
sucked.
Was it bad?
It sucked.
9 minutes. 9 minutes. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't even do this one. I don't care about the Super Bowl. Sayonara. Arrivederci. I'm out. Kidding.
I'm not leaving.
Had to get that off my chest.
Again, make sure if you guys enjoy the content, consider subscribing, drop a like, leave a comment. Helps out the podcast. And let's get started with our Super Bowl 55 preview. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I believe the Chiefs are the quote-unquote home team, but Tampa Bay is really playing at home. Do you think that'll have any effect on this game?
You know what? At the end of the day, I feel it won't. You know what? I think with a team like the Chiefs, it's not really going to matter.
Now, weather reports, from what I last read, show 75% rain.
Okay.
That's a high percentage chance of rain. But what it did show also is 100% chance of points.
100% chance of points. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you can't win a Super Bowl or a game without points.
What do you mean? The Buccaneers just beat the Rams a couple years ago, 10-3.
I don't remember that Super Bowl. That was the most boring Super Bowl I might have ever seen.
This is gonna be a really good game. I think I'm on your side. I don't think the home field advantage, quote unquote, for the Buccaneers is gonna matter too much because if I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs beat the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay during the regular season.
Yeah.
So I mean, anything can happen, especially with two high-powered teams. So let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. We know there's a lot of weapons on this team. Last year, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, Damian Williams should have been MVP. Damian Williams had himself a heck of a game. He really, to me, stood out in that Super Bowl. And without him, I don't know if the Chiefs would have been able to come back or even been in that game because he played a heck of a game. Now, of course, Mahomes won MVP. Who do you think? We know Tyreek Hill had the big game in the regular season against the Buccaneers. We know Travis Kelce's going to get his. Do you think there's one player that's flying under the radar that could make a difference for Kansas City?
Well, I mean, who exactly are you?
Well, I mean,
are you referring to?
Like I said, Patrick Mahomes, we know is going to do work.
Right.
Tyreek Hill, we know is going to get his. Kelsey's going to get his. Do you think there's every Super Bowl, there's a player who you don't think is going to make a big difference that ends up making a big difference? Do you think the Chiefs have that under the radar player?
I mean, they have some guys that can contribute, which is McCall Hardman.
That's a good
That's
one.
a guy that can contribute. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And is it Darrell Williams? I always get him and Damian Williams confused.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think those three could be guys. Is Sammy Watkins also playing in this game?
Now, he didn't play against the Bills, so
Right.
I'm not sure. Actually, that's a good thing to look up right now as we'll talk about.
Last time I
injuries.
checked I was listening to a podcast somebody was doing. They were saying that Sammy Watkins was going to play. So that's why, Sammy Watkins may not be the most exciting receiver out there, but I think he has the ability to hang 100 yards on you if he can.
We're recording this on Thursday. Sammy Watkins and Le'Veon Bell were both limited at practice, which pretty much means they will play.
And if you guys remember last year in the Super Bowl, I think Sammy Watkins also had a pretty good game.
He did have
for
a
the
pretty good
49ers. And I mean, Tyreek Hill had a little bit of a rough start.
for the Chiefs. He said it for the 49ers.
Oh,
The Chiefs.
for the Chiefs. Sorry about that.
Against the 49ers.
Yeah, against the 49ers. I think Tyreek Hill had a little bit of a slow start in that game, and Sammy Watkins really was able to pick it up.
Yeah, I agree. You brought up Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You brought up Darrell Williams. Mecole Hardman, I think, is the one to look out for. We saw him in the Bills game. In the Bills game, he muffed that early punt. But after that, the Chiefs went right to him.
Yeah, and right back to him.
They gave him the ball, and they didn't let him, they didn't take him out of the game plan just because he muffed the punt. He was still part of the game plan, and he came up with some big plays. So that's a player, like you said, who could definitely make a big difference. What about on defense? I think a lot of the talk this week, obviously, is Mahomes, Brady. We don't really hear much about. I mean, we hear a little bit about the Buccaneers' run game, but I think it's being overlooked right now too. I think the Chiefs' defense is somebody to, the Chiefs' defense is something to look at, because let's remember, Brady seems to struggle when teams are able to get to him. And we had, the Chiefs have their defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, who was with the Giants in those 2 Super Bowls that the Giants beat the Patriots, and they were able to rush Tom Brady and get him off of his quote unquote spot in the pocket. Who do you think on the defense could have a big game for the Chiefs?
You know what? I feel Tyrann Mathieu is going to have to definitely step it up. He's been having one hell of a season.
Great season.
I think the defensive line, everybody for the Chiefs on the defensive line, those guys are able to get to quarterbacks. We saw, what they were able to do to Josh Allen. Everybody was saying Josh Allen was going to, was this special quarterback that came out of nowhere, who was having an incredible season with his connection with Stephon Diggs. And our camera's not zooming again.
It's not focused. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Sorry about that.
You know what? That actually happened the last time we were recording, and then our entire podcast didn't record. So that's actually that's getting me a little worried here, because I mean I really don't want to keep talking and stating my facts.
No, we should be okay.
Okay, are you sure?
Hope so.
All right. Anyway, as I was saying, the defensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs, I feel are really able to get to the quarterback. I feel like they're able to win at the line of scrimmage. And you know what? I think the corners are going to have to really step up, because the Buccaneers have some weapons.
Yep.
And they have some serious weapons. It's not even funny. So you know what? And Tom Brady, I'm really excited to see how Tom Brady is going to do with all these weapons around him, because there is no excuses. And I feel at the same time as well for Patrick Mahomes, there's no excuses. You got Tyreek Hill. You got a speedster like Mecole Hardman. You got the safety blanket like Travis Kelce. You got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Darrell Williams, Le'Veon Bell, you said?
Should be playing.
Okay, and Sammy Watkins as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? It's 2 teams that have the weapons around them. I feel like they're pretty, not evenly matched, but this isn't a mismatch. Mm-hmm. You know what? I feel like it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be one hell of a game. I can't wait to see it. What about you?
I think on defense, Frank Clark is going to be a good contributor for the Kansas City Chiefs. I was actually looking up right now. You brought up Antonio Brown. They don't know if he's ready to go yet. They don't know if he's ready to play, and I think we can move on to the Buccaneers.
What?
Yeah, they don't think he's ready to play yet.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
They haven't injected him with something yet.
Well, that's the thing. Why are you going to inject him in practice if you're not practicing full speed? You got to save the injection for Sunday.
You know what? I feel like it's a mind game.
It could be.
Antonio Brown, he's going to play at full capacity.
Okay,
I don't buy this. You know, who put out that article?
NBC Sports.
When have they ever been reliable?
Okay, well, let's talk about the other injuries. Whitehead, the safety, the one that hurt his arm against the Packers. They say he might not be ready to play.
I heard that. I think that's speculation as well.
Oh my God, dude, he was trying to hit guys with everything he had, and he ended up hurting himself.
If you're asking me, put yourself in a defensive player's shoes. This is the Super Bowl. This is what you have worked all your life for.
Okay,
This is your career was getting wasted. Your career was getting wasted. Are you talking about a rookie right now?
No, I'm talking about Whitehead. The rookie is Antoine Winfield. He's also
Winfield,
not ready.
yeah. Okay, I get
He's
him.
also not
I get them
ready.
confused sometimes too because
Either way, both safeties, he might not be ready to play either.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Whitehead right now. You've wasted your entire career. This is your chance. This is your chance to go out there, make a name for yourself. Go out there, win a Super Bowl championship. 2 years ago, you guys were the Buccaneers. Just imagine that. You get one player in Tom Brady who has been able to completely take you guys past the ringer, the Saints, the Packers, now to the Chiefs. Just you really think he's going to sit?
Listen to what I'm saying to you right now. You got those type of weapons for Kansas City going up against two hurt safeties. I don't care how good they are. If they are less than 80%, you're better off having your backups play, who actually played pretty well against the Packers, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I wrong?
Well, if you want to get down to speculation, I feel like the Buccaneers defensive line also had a lot to do with that. And not saying that we saw enough evidence, not a full game with backup safeties, which that is what I'm worried about. If they have to play with backup safeties, I don't know about backup safety. I don't know about second string. Second string's a little bit iffy sometimes, especially on defense.
1 second string is okay, but 2 second strings?
And you got a guy like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, McCall Hardman, guys that can really burn you. All it takes is one mistake.
But that's what I'm saying. Would you rather play with two 70% safeties, 75% starting safeties, or with two healthy 100% second stringers?
You know what? I'm going to take the first stringer, 75%. Yeah.
You know what?
I'm good.
The way the Buccaneers pass rush played against the Packers, I think the Buccaneers will be okay in the secondary. Now, I'm not saying that they'll win because of the secondary, because of the backup safeties, but I think they'll be okay. Let's talk about the offense. I don't think we could say anything more about Tom Brady. Again, we talked about it with the Chiefs, a guy who you don't expect to have a great game that can have a great game. Who is it for the Buccaneers?
You know what? That's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Antonio Brown.
Oh,
you know what? Antonio Brown is the guy that, you know what? His entire life was falling apart. Okay. Hopefully I don't get, sued for infringement or something. Have you seen that, video where he's like, somebody's mentioning his name or something and he's suing them? So I just want to make sure we're not getting an infringement.
We don't make enough money to get sued.
Okay, good. Thank God. I'm good. You know what?
You know why? Because we're not getting paid at all. Not yet. Drop a subscribe and like and comment, and then maybe we'll get paid one day.
Well, yeah, you're putting up 9-second podcast, man.
9 minutes.
Yeah, so I think Antonio Brown has what it takes to be. He's been here before. He's been in the big games. I feel like he has the chance to really prove himself. Not just that, he's on a 1-year contract, right?
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Imagine he has a blow-up game in the Super Bowl. Imagine what that could do to his chances at getting signed for some big coin next
Or he
season.
could sign another 1-year contract with the Buccaneers.
Yes, of course.
Make good money and then win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think they'll sign Tom Brady again?
Oh yeah, he's like, I think he's on for like another year if I'm not mistaken. Or
Wow,
2 more years.
just imagine that. And none of these guys look like they're gonna leave. Maybe Chris Godwin.
Godwin is the only one that
The
I'm
Colts are
concerned
looking
about.
to grab Chris Godwin. So if
let's be real, everybody's looking to grab Chris Godwin because I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit free agency. I think that opens up a spot for Antonio Brown next year. But let's talk about the Super Bowl. To me, Leonard Fournette. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Brady in the game against Washington had 340 plus passing yards. Against the Saints, 199. 199 passing yards. Their defense had a lot to do with that, but Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones also had a good game. Against the Packers, I believe he had 240, 250 passing yards. You know, the running game had a lot to do with that. I'm going to say that Leonard Fournette, I think, is being overlooked. I understand Tom Brady's the GOAT and this and that. Dude, Leonard Fournette can have a big game. And I think with the pass rush of the Chiefs, you know, having to get to Tom Brady, I think that'll open up holes for Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. And we can't forget Ronald Jones. He's been dealing with injuries at the end of the season into the playoffs. But when he runs with the chip on his shoulder. He's trying to go all the way.
Yeah, when they give him a chance.
Run. Yeah. But like I said, he's injured. He can't cut. He can't do certain things. So Leonard Fournette.
I don't want to hear about injuries. This is the Super Bowl.
But yeah, but that's why
this is the most important game.
Yeah, but you say they don't give him chances. Well, because he's hurt. That's why he doesn't get chances. But if he gets chances.
Yeah, you know what? You know what gets me upset?
What?
This is why I don't like to talk about Ronald Jones.
Why?
This is why. Because of stuff like this. Because they grabbed Fournette after they promised Ronald Jones the starting spot.
Okay, but they got Fournette as a backup in case Jones got hurt. Jones gets hurt and Fournette's stepping up. That's not Fournette's fault.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. Imagine if you had Scotty Miller as your starting wide receiver, but Tyreek Hill did something or something of that sort. He's in second string, and then, you know, Scotty Miller gets hurt. I mean, it's kind of like you were praying for Scotty Miller to get hurt, right?
Well, I mean,
so that it doesn't look look like you replaced him.
The Eagles would have won a Super Bowl with.
I don't want to hear about the Eagles.
Or with Nick Foles. That's why a good backup comes in play.
No, this is why. Because you know what? Ronald Jones, at the beginning of the season, they were saying Ronald Jones looks like he's never looked before in his life. They were saying that he took his workouts to another level. They were saying that he changed his diet, his workout routine, that he was running faster than he's ever ran. And then they go out and grab this guy.
Dude, Leonard Fournette, he's helped them out.
No, I'm agreeing with that. But what I'm saying is don't talk to me about Ronald Jones.
Watch. Ronald Jones is going to be the guy in the Super Bowl. Watch. Just because you said that. Ronald Jones is going to be the guy.
Don't make us be like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless where we have to bet cases of Mountain Dew.
No.
Diet Dew.
That's ridiculous. You know what
I really... case on it then or what?
Huh?
You got a case on it then?
You know what I really want to know is what people are making for their Super Bowl meals. Because...
yeah, drop it in the comment section.
Yeah,
maybe we can
let us know what
bit.
you guys are cooking up.
I feel like sometimes people always make burgers, hot dogs. Like, make something different. Make a mohara. Make a,
I got my plan for the Super Bowl.
What's your plan, man? Tell everybody.
Ribs. Barbecue ribs. What is
ribs?
That? Yeah, why not? Tri-tip.
I was thinking of some hot chocolate with bread.
With bolillo?
Yep.
Sounds pretty good. All right, predictions. Let's go back here and let's give our predictions. I mean, we've talked. You guys have probably heard all the talk about Brady, Mahomes. We wanted to give you guys another angle, another something else to look for. We didn't want to just repeat Brady, Mahomes, Brady, 6 rings, Mahomes one ring and Mahomes the future and Brady the past, blah, blah, blah. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Right now, with the Chiefs are 3-point favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
I do feel like the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay. And do you think it's going to be... Let's go with the Vegas over-under. I believe it's at 56.5 points combined. Do you think they will score over or under 56.5 points?
The Chiefs?
No, together.
Or the whole...
yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think it's the over.
They scored 51 combined in the regular season. In the regular season game. 27-24. 51 points. So I'm going to go with the over.
You go with the over?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout. Dude, that Buccaneers defense, if they can get to Mahomes, you know.
Yeah. Okay, what was the speculation on the offensive line for Patrick Mahomes? I was hearing a bunch of speculation that 2 guys were going to be out. They were considered to have COVID. They were around guys that had COVID. What was going on?
Yeah, the backup center, I believe his last name is Kilgore, if I'm not mistaken. He was considered a close contact. Also, one of the wide receivers, Demarcus Robinson, was also considered a close contact. So right now, as we're recording, they have not been cleared yet, but I'm pretty sure because they were close contacts, they should be fine as long as they test negative. Also, the Chiefs had they all had appointments to get a haircut, and the barber ended up having COVID. He tested positive for COVID.
Talk about just accident.
The barber, that's irresponsible of the barber. He probably was like, yeah, I'm going to go out and party at the Super Bowl and da-da-da. And boom, got COVID.
Well, maybe he didn't know that he had COVID.
Well, maybe.
They said that they let him know.
He should have quarantined.
No, they said, didn't he go test for COVID and then they were in the middle of getting a haircut?
Yeah, because he still hadn't gotten his results. That's irresponsible.
I don't think that's irresponsible because you can take the test without having symptoms. What if his job was mandatory for him to take a test?
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, he got the test, but he should have waited until he got the results, or the Chiefs should have sent him to get tested before. That way they can know that he's negative, and then, okay, come and cut our hair. How are you going to get a haircut by somebody who you don't know if he's negative or positive?
So he went to like their house or wherever they were?
Yeah, I guess to the team facility.
Oh.
Yeah, because I guess there was like 20-something players that were lined up. Not lined up, but they were all set to get haircuts that day.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but apparently they are cleared. The players are cleared. The barber's not. But the players are cleared. So,
yeah, a lot of people are going to be mad at that barber.
Yeah.
Something shall happen.
Real quick, do you think the weather will affect this game? Because if 75% chance of rain, I mean, these guys have played in rain. Mahomes played in snow. I mean, the way they they could both run the ball. So I don't think rain will affect them. But what if the wind hits? If that wind hits with some rain, you think it'll affect the game?
If it's wind, maybe, but I don't see it. You know what? I think these 2 teams it's Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. All right, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the rematch from the AFC game that the Chiefs lost to the Patriots. This is the rematch, the grudge match.
Yeah.
This will determine who is the GOAT of all GOATs. If Patrick Mahomes loses this game, he can never be considered the GOAT.
Really?
If he loses this game to Tom Brady, this will stick on his resume.
Okay, so
forever.
What if for the next 10 years he wins a Super Bowl every single year?
It's not going to matter to us because I know how people are. He
lost to Brady?
Yeah, that's how people are. People are always going to say that. Listen, I'm going for the Chiefs. I think that Patrick Mahomes is one hell of a quarterback. I think the composure, the calmness that he shows, just in everything, keeping his team together, even when they're down. his ability to make big throws, to get those yards in the fourth quarter when the odds are stacked against him. They weren't supposed to win that Super Bowl against the 49ers last year.
No, they weren't.
And if you guys need to go check out that video that I told you guys to check out on YouTube. It's like the Super Bowl recap. All the players are mic'd up. And listen, it surprised me that Patrick Mahomes was at that time a 24-year-old quarterback. Mm-hmm. A 24-year-old quarterback keeping his composure like that, keeping his team together. Everybody was frustrated. His defense was frustrated. His Travis Kelce was a little frustrated. Tyreek Hill was pissed. And you have a 24-year-old quarterback, never been to a Super Bowl. This was all new to him, and he was able to keep his team together. Just think about that.
I agree. No, I agree. I completely agree with you.
Which
100%.
is why I feel like this game is just more important than any other game. Like, this is the old GOAT versus the new GOAT. And I know what people will say if Patrick Mahomes does not win this game. So, you know what? I feel like it's going to be a humongous game for Tom Brady and a humongous game for Patrick Mahomes. And I cannot wait to see it. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what I just said? You know how people are.
Yeah, you're right. He's going to be criticized forever for not beating Brady.
No matter how many Super Bowls he wins.
That's true.
He can win the most Super Bowls in the entire history of histories by a quarterback. And they'll still always say, but he didn't beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Right, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. People always say that. I'll still think Mahomes is the GOAT if he does something like that. But
all right, so what do you think about this game?
I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a shootout. Like I said, I think Fournette and Ronald Jones are going to have a bigger part than Tom Brady in this game. I really do. And,
okay,
it's a risky play, running the ball, especially with Mahomes and how fast they can score. But if you can control tempo, you can keep the Chiefs defense out there, tire them out. We've seen Brady in the second half be able to pull off some amazing comebacks. So I think that gives them a good chance to win. I'm not going to say a better chance. I'm going to say a good chance to win. And I still think Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to be able to overwhelm the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then eventually, let's be real. And to me, Andy Reid is one of the best coaches of all time.
Definitely.
2 weeks to prepare for this defense. I think after a bye week, his record, I think he's lost like 3 games in his whole career after a bye week. So he's had an extra week to prepare for the Buccaneers. Him and Eric Bieniemy, I think, could come up with a great game plan. And Steve Spagnuolo has seen Brady before, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I would say like a 38-31 game, something like that.
38-31 game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's still a close game.
Yeah.
That's one touchdown.
Touchdown game. I don't know about a field goal game because that's extremely close, but I think the Chiefs will have some breathing room in that fourth quarter.
No, definitely. What do you think as far as defenses are concerned? What defensive line do you think will come through for which team?
Well, I think that it's difficult because you have 2 different quarterbacks.
Right.
The defensive line for the Chiefs is going to try to get Brady to move in the pocket to not be comfortable when he drops back. Okay, that's going to be their goal. And we saw that when they played the Giants, when the Patriots played the Giants in those 2 Super Bowls that they lost, that Brady, when they were able to get pressure on Brady, he gets uncomfortable and he needs time to throw. But then you look at the Buccaneers defensive line and what's their goal with Mahomes? Is it to get him to move out of the pocket? I don't know, because Mahomes can run.
He could do anything.
He could do anything he wants. So, I mean, what do? Do you try to contain him and give him time to throw? That's really difficult because I'm interested to see what the Buccaneers want to do against Mahomes. To me, I think they're going to try to flush him out of the pocket and depend on their fast linebackers, who we've seen have had a great playoff run. Those fast linebackers and try to bring them down without too much of a gain after running out of the pocket. I think if they try to hold them to 2, 3, 4 yard runs, but Mahomes is Mahomes is crafty. He'll fake he'll look like he's gonna run and then he'll throw the ball. So I'm really interested to see. I think in order for the Buccaneers defense to win, I think their defense has to be a lot better than the Chiefs defense in order to win. You know what I mean? I think if it's a straight up shootout, I think the Chiefs have too much firepower. Not saying that the Buccaneers don't, but the Chiefs have, I think, a little more firepower.
And I feel the play calling
yeah.
is probably just in their favor as well.
Yeah. The play calling will also be in their favor. But like I said, like we keep saying, it's not going to be that easy. Like, I would not be surprised if the Buccaneers come out with a great game plan and burn that Chiefs defense a couple times, because that's just how this game is going to be. Yeah. You have two great teams going at it. Not everybody's going to be perfect all the time. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if both quarterbacks threw, a couple interceptions.
Definitely. I mean, look at what happened last year.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying the 49ers defense was, I felt like the 49ers defense was a lot better than the Buccaneers defense of this year. But, I don't think anybody really thought that Patrick Mahomes would throw, 2 or 3 interceptions? Yeah. I mean, that's just something that Patrick Mahomes rarely does.
And then still come back and win, which is, even more amazing. So, like I said, the quarterbacks are going to have to, make plays. They're going to make mistakes. The defenses are going to get burned, but they're also going to make their plays. And it really comes down to who makes the most plays or the better plays. We haven't even talked about special teams. Dude, these are two coaches that do not care for punts. Punts and field goals. We
don't want to see no punts in this game. We want to see people going for it on 4th and 25.
Okay, I don't know about 4th and 25. But
I want to see 4th and 25 lobbing it to Tyreek Hill.
Or Scotty Miller.
He's out there somewhere.
Wide open Scotty Miller. Oh, no, wait. Kevin King won't be out there, sorry.
Yeah. Thank God.
Getting burned by Scotty Miller on our 4th and 3 at the end of the half. Jesus. All right, so we're both taking the Chiefs, but I think we're both taking a great game over anything else,
Definitely. For me, I cannot wait to watch this game. I am absolutely pumped for this game.
Me neither. I'm very excited for this game.
Hold on, I'm going to ask you something, but the reason why I am super pumped to watch this game is because you have two offenses that just, even if they're down in games, you can never count them out.
No.
It's never going to be like the Chiefs say they get out to an early lead and they just going to bury the Buccaneers.
No.
I feel like the Buccaneers have what it takes to come back if that happens, and vice versa. We already know that what the Chiefs are capable of. They can be down in the first half of a game. Second half, they come with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid comes with some crazy plays.
Mm-hmm.
The defense comes with some crazy plays. Mm-hmm. So that's why I can't wait for this game. What about you? What do you look most forward to?
And I know you hate when I talk about it, but that Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl.
Here we go. We're talking about the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
Listen, 41-33. High-scoring game. Foles throws an interception early. Brady fumbles late. But, even though they fumbled, the Patriots still had a drive at the end of the game to try to win it or to try to tie it. So that's the kind of game I think we can expect here. We can expect a high-scoring game where it's going to take one or two mistakes from one of the quarterbacks or even from one of the players. I mean, we saw Mecole Hardman muff a punt. We can see fumbles. We haven't seen many fumbles, but we can see fumbles. That Chiefs defense likes to go after the ball. So, I mean, with Tyrann Mathieu or their linebackers. Oh man, I forgot Sorensen. I believe Sorensen is the other safety. Anything can happen. I'm lost for words. I don't know what else to say. anything can happen, but I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl. Any last comments before we get out of here?
Not really. You know what? Drop a comment. Let us know who you're picking and why. We'd love to hear it. We'll respond to you guys. Let you guys know. I mean, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. You want to hear all that good stuff.
And thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll have our Super Bowl recap Sunday night. I'm pretty sure, right? After the Super Bowl. Yeah, it probably won't be right after the Super Bowl, but maybe late Sunday night we'll have our Super Bowl recap up. And thank you guys for watching this episode of the A Sports Podcast, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace out, guys.